Alright, so in this video we're going to start hooking up our audio. We're going to focus on the Mailman for this part, and then we'll do all the player sounds in the next one. Forgive me because I think the microphone is going to pick up our AC, which is a little loud throughout this video, so I'm going to bring attention to this dull white noise in the background so that it can annoy you. So let's start. I want to start with the projectile itself because this one will be the easiest one. So if I bring the letter back, we can, for any audio in the scene, we need an audio source and an audio listener. So our camera is our audio listener. It has that component attached to it, and for anything that we want to emit a sound, we can add a component and type in audio and put an audio source. I have a folder named audio here, and for this one, if we just have one audio clip that's playing, and we can play it on loop, so for as long as the letter is alive, it can like repeat the sound, which is what we're gonna do, because if we look in our audio folder for what is this, for the boomerang, I stole some audio from Legend of Zelda games. It's from A Link to the Past, boomerang. And we hook that up to our audio source for our letter, drag and drop here, and we say that we want a loop, and we apply. So this is applied to our prefab now. We can hit play and hear the letter sort of make its noise towards us. So it's not bad. Really easy. Just add an audio source, plug in your audio clip, make sure that loop, play on awake and loop are both check marked, because this will play as soon as it's instantiated, and this will play, it'll continue to play it when the audio clip is over. And that's it for our letter. Make sure that's applied, and we can delete it from our scene. Now we could go into our Mailman, which will be a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to create a new script to handle the entirety of the Mailman audio, and I will call that, I'll make a C# script in our scripts folder, Mailman audio controller. Cool. And I will attach that to our Mailman and double click to open that up in Visual Studio. And let's look at the clips that I have ready for it. So I have, again, I could have renamed these to make them more clear, but I have this sound, which I'm going to use in his sort of warping, when he warps back into his hat. This sound will be like his movement throughout the scene when he's in the cap. When he gets hit, he'll make this sound. And when you shoot the projectile, he can make that sound. And the rest are for the player, the dog. So remembering all of those clips, we can make public audio clips that we can set in the inspector. One for our warp sound, one for our spin sound for the hat when it's flying, one for our hurt sound, and one for, I'm going to call it a magic for the projectile. We also have to declare an audio source, and I I just do that lowercase audio source like that. Space this out just so we can see it a little bit better. We won't need update because this is all going to be functions that we call through the animations. But we do want to declare what our audio source is, and that is the audio source that is attached to this game object. So get component audio source. Make sure we actually have an audio source attached to the Mailman. So we go back into Unity and add a component audio source here. We don't have to play anything on awake, but now we can plug in our warp, spin, hurt, and magic sound. So this MC Cane of Pachi is going to be our magic sound. The Link to the Past boss hit is going to be the hurt sound. The floor tile is a spin sound, and the, what is this, arm spin is our warp sound. And now we need to know when to, in our script, we're going to plug in one of these audio clips to the audio source and have it play. We're going to call that through events in our animations. So if we do our first one, which is our warp, so we do the hat suck up, we can do right at our first frame, we can make an event that we can call just like we've done for instantiating the projectile. So let's create a few different functions here, and I'll do a play warp sound, do a play spin sound, we'll do play hurt sound, and we will, oops, void, play a magic sound. Okay, and in order to plug in our audio clip into our audio source, we can say audio source dot play one shot, and then we feed in the name of whatever we're playing here. So I'm going to copy this for later. This one will play our warp audio clip. This one we're going to play our spin audio clip. This one will play our hurt audio clip. And this one will play our magic. And I'll hit Control S to save. And now in our animations we can plug in different functions. So with this animation event, now I can say let's play the warp sound. So if I want to test this out and hit play, this event should happen immediately when he gets sucked up. For the hat spin sound, we can add an event and say play spin sound. And for the hurt sound, we can add an event and play a hurt sound. And then for the projectile, we want to be smart about when we do it, because if the projectile is happening at the 0.7 or something, then maybe you want to do it like right before so that the player knows to watch out. So let's just try at 0.6 and say play magic sound, and let's try that and see how that sounds. That's it. So I think that means the mailman is all set up for audio. Next time we'll do the player, the dog.